January 1st, it's 2025. That guy, that version of me 4-ish years ago, nearly 4 years ago now, he wouldn't have thought that anything that I did this year was possible. Whatever the goal is, reverse engineer it and understand who is that type of individual that you're striving towards. Like, what would they do on a daily basis? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Fellas, it is 4 p.m. in the day and the sun is going down in Ireland, and I think that's the best representation of what life is like in Ireland in January time. It is January 1st, it's 2025, and I should doing a bit of reflecting on the previous year gone by, because some of you might not know, but like 2.5, 3 years ago, COVID time, shit, that's near 5 years ago now. That's crazy that 5 years ago I was in McDonald's. And that guy, that version of me 4-ish years ago, nearly 4 years ago now, he wouldn't have thought that anything that I did this year was possible. You know, visiting 16 countries, building a business from 0 to 300k in a month in 6 months, skiing for the first time. Shit, what else did we do? I wrote everything down. I was just so grateful, like, looking back, because, and as we speak, it begins to rain. I think it's a fantastic representation of Ireland. I'm going to do an entire video on why you should leave your hometown, and I'm nearly thinking like I should have it integrated into this video. But hey, what else? We had first time visiting so many different places, raised thousands for men's mental health this year, sponsored my father's club when they were in a very rough spot. We sponsored them, got them new jerseys for the entire year ahead, gave them some free cash, and just grateful. Because Warren and McDonald's wouldn't have been able to do that. But Warren, who took a risk, was able to. And there's only two versions of you that can exist in this world. The one that stays in the same position, or the one that tries to change. Naturally, as humans, we hate change. We absolutely hate it. And you have to have a reason to. My reason was like, I just wanted to get out of Ireland. Now, I'm back home with family now for the last week or so, and it's been fantastic. It's great to see family. It's great to be around. But whatever that goal is, if you're not working towards it, you don't actually want it bad enough. You literally just don't even want it bad enough. And like, people talk about their New Year's resolutions and they write them all down, but they don't want them bad enough because they don't know what they're aiming towards. They're aiming in the dark, and it's like having a blindfold on when you're trying to hit the bullseye. You're just never ever going to hit the bullseye when you have that blindfold on. And this video is more so just talking about the previous year gone by, because I'm super grateful for everything that's transpired and how it's gone. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have control over my thoughts, because the power of thinking doesn't come down to all the knowledge that you know, etc. It comes down to what thoughts do you allow your brain to produce and listen to. What ones are you going to listen to? Oh, will I go and play PlayStation for 6 hours this morning? Oh, will I go and not do a workout today? That's a thought in your brain that was produced that you should not listen to. And if you listen to it, you're listening to the wrong thoughts. That's the simple equation of the power of thinking. And that allowed me to visit so many different countries, get into the ability of growing a business, and it all comes down to your frequency. It all comes down to frequency. Because if I didn't believe it, it wouldn't have happened. And it's the same thing that's going to happen with your New Year's resolutions. Because I have big goals as well for 2025, but we had this on the Affinity sales training last night ahead for New Year's. We didn't talk anything about, oh, what number do we want to hit? What do we want to actually specifically do in the year? We talked about whatever the goal is, reverse engineer it and understand who is that type of individual that you're striving towards. Like, what would they do on a daily basis? And it was broken down into 4 H's: head, health, heart, habits. How does that person manage their mental health? How do they meditate? Do they go on walks? Their health, second H, do they work out all the time? When did they work out? How long did they work out for? What do they work out on each day? And they're super intentional. Heart, family, friends, relationships. How do they keep them going? How do they keep them alive? Do they have it on the calendar? Like, for example, every Wednesday on my calendar, I have to call my granny. And you might think and say, hey Warren, don't you think that's a bit much? And I'll say, I mean, to some people, sure. For me, no. Not because I'll forget to call my granny, but it's a great reminder. Oh yes, I need to do that this week. I'll do it right now. Because keeping that relationship is important to me. Likewise with some friends, I have on my calendar, hey, send 3 random voice notes today to 3 people in your network. You don't need to get anything from them, but just let them know that you're still thinking of them, you're still here if they need any help. And last one, habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you rise to the level of your system. If your habits aren't allowing you to break that barrier and hit that goal, you'll never hit it. You'll never do it, because your habits dictate what you do every single day. Do you go to do a workout? We woke up this morning, New Year's Day, and the first thing we did was we just cleaned the house. Had some coffee, wrote down what we're doing for today, and it's a habit. It's a complete habit. I'm not going to be able to do any work if the house is upside down, or if it's messy, or it's unorganized. It's just in my bones, in my soul, I just can't do that, because the version of Warren that scales a company to $1 million a month doesn't allow that to happen. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so really think, who is that person and what do they do on a daily basis? How can you become that person? How can you have that be created in your reality? Or else it's just not going to happen. And so I challenge each and every single one of you guys, just like I did last night with everybody on Affinity sales. If you're looking to get into sales in Q1, January, new year, you want to get into sales, highly recommend looking at the link in the bio. But regardless of that, we went through the 4 H's. And who is that person that you're striving toward? Write it down. The 4 H's. What type of habits do they have each day? And then become what you wrote down on the piece of paper. And that's what allowed me to, as I said, visit all those countries, scale that business, do what I wanted, help those around me. And of course I have big goals for 2025, but I'm focusing on who is that person, right? One of my goals is to get better at YouTube. One of my goals is to get better at communication. One of my goals is to get better on the camera. One of my goals is to scale my YouTube channel. Now, sure, you can think all day on how you can become better, but it usually just comes down to recording more. What does Warren do at 10,000 subs? How many YouTube videos is he putting out? What is he talking about? Is there lifestyle videos like the last one in Budapest? If you haven't seen it, what does that actually look like to a T? What does my branding look like? What does the colors look like? What do I stand for? As you guys know, I stand for create your own fucking reality by becoming the person on that sheet of paper. So that's the biggest challenge for today, January 1st. Write it down if you have not already. If you're still unsure in your goals, or you're pretty confident that you're going to fail your goals, as most people do 6 days into the new year, I would highly revisit those. So as I said, guys, want to keep these as raw as possible, just kind of giving you updates throughout this year coming. And if you do like this kind of style of content, please let me know. Or if there's anything you didn't like from this, please put it below as well. And as always, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, and create your own reality. I'll chat you on the next one.